Does Derral Eves' strategy work? He's got his channel Jumpstart program. I've actually been through that program. I've been in Derral's inner circle. He's had me speak on his stages. But how does his strategy differ from mine, and which one is right for you? So Derral Eves does have a great strategy that can generate $10,000 from every 1 million views on your YouTube videos. So I'm going to go through several things that Derral teaches and that he says, and I'll give commentary on that, on how it differs from my strategy. But then I'm really going to share with you something magical that happens on YouTube that Derral skips and is not a part of his strategy that you definitely want if you want to generate leads from your YouTube channel.
Your thumbnail strategy should not be an afterthought, but it should be your first thought, Mr. Beast. And I can tell you that he not only spends some hours, but sometimes days getting that right thumbnail.
Derral teaches how to dive deep into YouTube analytics to really understand the viewer and to find patterns of things that are working.
I let the algorithm decide what's going to be best for that viewer based on their viewing patterns and behavior.
So this is solid. You need to become a student of Derral on this. Now, in times past, Derral talked positively about search traffic.
If you want your videos to be recommended by YouTube and actually rank higher in search, then you want to pay very close attention to the click-through rate, and that will help you get more views and visibility in search.
But in the last couple years, he's been changing his tune about search.
It's taking your content and not really getting it to search engines, but it's more going to humans. And we need to not optimize for search engines, but optimize for people.
Yes, it's obviously very important to optimize for the people, but Derral is talking about getting your video to rank for short keyword phrases, such as goal setting, or leadership change, or avoiding burnout. Those are only 2-word phrases.
The first tag will be the primary keyword that I'm using in the title, that primary keyword that I'm using in the description. Then I'm going to use relevant keywords, and I'm going to use a tool called TubeBuddy.
But something magical happens when you go after much more specific search phrases. When somebody does a very specific search and they find exactly what they're searching for, they watch the episode all the way to the end. We go after long phrases like this. So for goal setting, how to set goals that don't make you miserable. You see how much more specific that is? Or how to train your mind to achieve goals. Or what's the first step in the goal setting process? See, I didn't make up these questions about goal setting. I did keyword research, I'm going to show you in a minute, that found that these are the questions people are asking that are really long and specific and still have consistent search volume. So for leadership change, which leadership style is best for change management? That's specific. How do you announce a change in leadership? Wow, I probably wouldn't have thought of that one, but that is such a good topic. What is the role leadership must play in culture change? Yeah, still, again, very specific. Let's look at avoiding burnout questions. How nurses can cope with stress and avoid burnout. Ooh, I love how specific that is to nurses. I love that. You obviously would have a built-in audience of nurses with that episode. How to avoid burnout when working from home, or how to set healthy boundaries at work to avoid burnout. I mean, look how many words these phrases have, and yet, again, I didn't make these up. I did keyword research to find these phrases that have consistent search volume every month. So each of these phrases, you know, they're pretty long, 8 to 10 words long, but the key thing is they have consistent search volume every month. I didn't make those phrases up, but I used a tool that I'm going to show you in a minute that helped me find these phrases that have consistent search volume. And what that means for you is that your videos will have a built-in audience. When they watch these videos and you give them this answer, they've received value, they appreciate you, they want to subscribe. In fact, they want to work with you. They become leads and they hire you. So let me show you the real difference between my strategy and Derral's when it comes to revenue, okay? So we've got Derral on this side, we've got me on this side. Typically, if you're talking about generating $10,000 in revenue, you need about 1 million views. If you're into the technical side of this, this is with a CPM of 10. That's cost per 1,000 views. I've seen CPMs as high as 40, 50, even 60. I've seen CPMs as low as $1 or $2. So just as an average, okay, at $10 CPM, you'll generate $10,000 in revenue from advertising and from sponsorships, okay? So that's Derral's strategy. And don't get me wrong, Derral has helped many people achieve huge success. He helped Mr. Beast go from 1 million to 100 million subscribers. So Derral really knows what he's talking about, but this is the plan. You need 1 million views to generate $10,000. My plan, with 100 views, you can generate $10,000. That's a big difference, okay? And it's really easy to get 100 views. It's actually predictable, whereas these views is kind of like viral traffic. It's really elusive. This is really predictable. So if you get 100 views, you typically generate 10 leads from that. At the end of our videos, we have a call to action. We give away a free gift. Hey, if you found value in this video, go ahead and click the link below. Okay, that's a call to action that gets somebody's name and email address, sometimes their phone number and their mailing address, and they become a lead. And with every 10 leads, we typically have 3 strategy sessions. So we're having 3 conversations, and 33% of those become customers. So we sell a $10,000 coaching program. So many of my clients, these are their exact numbers, okay? 100 views results in a $10,000 sale. So if you follow Derral's strategy, he talks a lot about buckets, right? And the bucket strategy really works when you're trying to get millions and millions of views that aren't going to turn into leads. But when you're talking about my strategy of generating leads from your channel, so you have a business and you're generating leads and business revenue, you actually need a different type of viewer, and going after search works miracles in generating your target audience. They are searching for you, and now they find you and see you as their hero. Before I demonstrate this tool for you, I do want to announce, and I'm really excited about this, the entire month of December, I'm teaching my entire strategy. So there are 22 weekdays in December, and every weekday I'm launching a new episode that'll be a module for this course. So basically, look at it as a 22 module course every weekday, starting Thursday, December 1st. And then on Saturdays, I'm doing live Q&A. So a live stream right here on YouTube, and during the week you can submit questions to me after watching those episodes. So you'll learn, you'll have questions, you'll get your questions answered. This is going to be amazing. Okay, so I've got the tool open on my screen, but let me decide. I think I'm going to type in goal setting steps just so I can find this one real quick for you. So I come to this keyword magic tool. You can get a free trial of this going to herokeywordtool.com. So if I type in goal setting steps, and then I come and I always turn on the questions button. And word count filter, I'm going to turn to 8. I always start there. I like to start finding phrases that are between 10 and 100 searches per month. That's the sweet spot. And there's the one right there. What is the first step in the goal setting process? So that's how you use this tool to find phrases like that. So mark your calendar, my 22 episode course launching every weekday in December with Q&A live stream on Saturdays. I'll see you there.